So in the last class we have studied about the basic elementary signal, where I have drawn unit step signal or step sequence, then impulse signal, then I have explained you about the ramp signal or ramp sequence. So in this class, first of all, we have to before I will introduce you about the discrete time exponential signal. First of all, I have drawn here continuous exponential signal. You can see here, this is a graph for e to the power x, and this is a graph for e to the power minus x versus x, e to the power x versus x. So this x value when 0, this value always remember, this is your origin. Origin means x value is 0. At this point, the e to the power 0, you have remember that value is 1. E to the power 0 is 1. So hence this cross the y-axis, and this crossing point is 1, that is when x is equal to 0, e to the power 0 value is 1, and it is increasing exponentially. That means when x is infinity, this value becomes infinity. So you can see here, and this value becomes 0 when at minus infinity. At minus infinity, this value is really 0. So from minus infinity to plus infinity, this is increasing exponentially. This is increasing exponentially. That's why this signal denoted as e to the power x. So if I draw e to the power minus x, so what you have to notice here, the graph. In digital signal processing, you have to notice each and every graph, how I am drawing the graph. So carefully, student, notice here, just what I am doing, just folding this, like folding this about your y-axis. Here the y-axis, this is your y-axis. So since y is equal to e to the power x, so I am drawing like this. So yeah, just folding here. So if I fold like this, so at from minus infinity to plus infinity, this is decreasing. So from minus infinity to plus infinity, this is decreasing, and again it will cross here at 1. So e to the power minus infinity means if I put x is equal to minus infinity, if I put x to minus infinity, this minus becomes plus. So at minus infinity, the amplitude will be infinity, but at plus infinity, this value equal to 0. So that's why this is exponentially decreasing. This is exponentially decreasing, and this is exponentially increasing. From minus infinity to plus infinity, this is exponentially increasing. From minus infinity to plus infinity, this is exponentially decreasing. So this is your exponentially decaying graph. Exponentially decaying graph, and this is your exponentially increasing. So this is your exponential increasing graph, and this is your exponential decaying. So now the question is, when I convert this signal into a discrete time signal, when I convert this signal into a discrete time signal, then how it will looks and how we are going to represent that exponential sequence in discrete time signal. So obviously in discrete time signal, so we find like this, that is exponentially increasing. This is exponentially increasing. So how? So this is samples. This is not continuous. This is sample only defined at integer value of time. So then how the question is, in discrete time signal, how to represent exponential sequence? How to represent exponential sequence? This is very, very important, and we find lots of problem on this exponential sequence. Exponential sequence. So when we will draw the exponential sequence, so here the exponential sequence is represented as a to the power n. This exponential sequence is represented as a to the power n, where xn is equal to a to the power n. This is like xn is equal to a to the power n. So this is your mathematical representation of a discrete time signal. So here we have two cases. First case is case 1 when a is lying between 0 to 1, when a is lying between 0 to 1. So if a is lying between or a less than 1, we can consider like this, when a less than 1, that is your the first case will be 0 to a is lying between 0 to 1. 0 to 1 means you have in fraction, that is 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, these are all value lying between 0 to 1. So when this a is 0 to 1, so this graph will be like this. Suppose here in this case I am taking a is equal to 1 by 2. So in this case I am representing this 1 by 2. So how to draw 1 by 2 versus, so now I am doing 1 by 2 whole to the power n. I am considering just for example, because I am considering the case is 0 to 1. 0 to 1 I am taking the value is 1 by 2. So I am now plotting the graph between half to the power n versus n. So you know n equal to 0, n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, n equal to 4, like that. So obviously this is also infinite sequence. So for n equal to 0, anything to the power 0. So if I put half to the power n means, half to the power n means I have to put like n equal to 0. So here this is your, suppose a is equal to half, so I am considering this here as half to the power n. So when n equal to 0, that means for at origin I have to put like n equal to 0. So n equal to 0 means half to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 always going to give you the value as 1. Anything to the power 0 always going to give you the value as 1. So always remember this. A to the power 0, a value can be anything. A value can be anything. Something to the power 0 always going to give you as 1. So you have to remember this key point. Something to the power 0 always 1. We have already studied about this in your 10th class about the power. So then if I put n equal to 1, so I am now considered, because this is a discrete time signal, no need to worry about this what is there in between 0 to 1. You have to only concentrate about 0 to 0, then 1, then 2, only integer value. So if I put n equal to 1, then what will happen? Half to the power 1. Half to the power 1 means half. The amplitude is half. Then if I put n equal to 2, n equal to 2 means, n equal to 2 means 1 by 4. 1 by 2 square means 1 by 4. So again the amplitude will be half. 1 by 4. Then if I put n equal to 3, this is 1 by 8. So like that. So this is also a exponentially decreasing function. So when a is lying between 0 to 1, this is exponentially decreasing here. So this is, so in digital we represent a to the power 1. So now the consider a greater than 1. Next case is case 2. So remember how I am plotting the graph. So that is very, very important. So if you understand this, then digital signal processing will be very, very easy. If you are not putting your concentration here, so obviously you will find very difficult in the latter chapter of this subject. So kindly, if you have any doubt, you can ask me, but you have to put concentration how I am plotting this basic signal, because from now onwards I am going to apply shiftings, then we have reversal, like that we will perform more operation on this basic signal only. So then case 2, when this a greater than 1, a value greater than 1. So I am taking here a greater than 1, for example, I am taking here a is equal to 2. So obviously if I put a is equal to 2 here, this becomes 2 to the power n. So now I am plotting the graph for a greater than 1. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, suppose this is minus 1, this is 3, this is 4, minus 2, like that. So here I am considering a is equal to 2. So I have to first put 2 to the power 0. 2 to the power 0 means something to the power 0 always going to give you the value as 1. 2 to the power 0, the value as 1. So at 0 the sample we will get having height is 1. At 0, at n equal to 0, the sample we will get find having amplitude is 1. When I am putting n equal to 1, the amplitude will be obviously increasing. N equal to 1. So amplitude will be 2. At n equal to 2, the amplitude will be 4. Amplitude will be 4, like that. For at n equal to 3, the amplitude will be 8. So this is increasing like exponentially. This is increasing exponentially. For amplitude n is equal to 3, 8. But for if I put n equal to minus 1, the amplitude is decreasing. 2 to the power minus 1 means 1 by 2. 2 to the power minus 1 means 1 by 2. 2 to the power again minus 2 means 1 by 4. This is 1 by 4, this is height will be 1 by 2, this will be 1 by 4. So this graph, if I connect all the endpoint, this will form a exponentially increasing. So when a greater than 1, this indicates exponentially increasing. Exponentially increasing. And when a lies between 0 to 1, this is exponentially decreasing. When a lies between 0 to 1, that is exponentially decreasing. When a greater than 1, that is exponentially increasing. So kindly please pay attention to this. This is very, very important. In most of the example, we find they will ask question like this: a to the power, where a value can be lies between 0 to 1, or a value can be lies between a greater than 1. So you can also plot the graph for minus by taking the considering the value of a as negative, and that will be for homework for you. So try to plot. I am considering only the positive value, and in that positive value I have taken a when a lies between 0 to 1, and the another case will when a greater than 1. So next we will study about So now we will study about complex exponential signals. So just now we have studied about your real exponential signal. So here I have taken only 1 by 2 like that. That is all your real number. So now we will dealing with complex exponential signal. So in complex number we have studied about this e to the power j theta. This is your exponential representation of complex number. Exponential representation of complex number, where we have e to the power j theta. If I expand this, that become cos theta plus j sin theta. Cos theta plus j sin theta. If I write like this, e to the power minus j theta, then what will be its value? Cos theta minus of j sin theta. Cos theta minus of j sin theta. So how to represent complex exponential signal in digital, that we will study here. So that I will write a to the power n e to the power j omega 0 n plus phi. So that is the representation of your complex exponential signal. So if I expand like this, this will become a to the power n cos of omega 0 n plus phi plus j sin omega 0 n plus phi. So I write like this: a to the power n inside the bracket, I just open e to the power j theta. In place of theta, here it is written omega 0 n plus phi. So by opening this, that we will find cos omega 0 n plus phi plus j sin omega 0 n plus phi, where this omega 0 denotes digital frequency or discrete frequency. Discrete frequency, sorry. Discrete frequency. What will be its unit? Unit is samples for radian. Samples for radian is the unit for this discrete frequency. Sorry, samples for second. Samples for second is the unit for this discrete frequency. Then we have n is obviously your discrete time. So this is very, very important. So now I have covered all the basic signal, that is your unit impulse signal. Then we have studied about step signal. Then we have studied about ramp. Then real exponential, and this is your complex exponential. So after that I will now solve few questions on this basic representation of signal. They might ask you some 2 marks question on this chapter, and thereafter we will study about further various types of other signal that we will see. So this is only your basic representation of signal, how a basic signal on which we are going to perform, on which we are going to design a system by this basic signal is also known as your testing signal. This is also known as your testing signal. So when you design a system, first of all you have to give input like this type of signal, impulse signal, step signal and ramp signal. Then how your if I apply this type of input to your system, then how the system respond to this type of signal. Impulse means sudden change. Unit step means you have a DC like signal, and then unit ramp means we have a certain slope. You have a certain slope, that is your unit ramp signal. Then we have exponential signal. So different types of these are also known as basic signal or your testing signal. When you design a system, we have to test, we have to give some input, some various types of excitation to your system. We are applying various types of excitation to your system, and we have to observe how your system respond to this type of input. Then only we will design a system. So next we will see some few problems on this that I will write. So before I solve some, give you some questions and solve few example on digital signal, first of all you have to understand this symbol. This symbol denotes your summation, and where you have to denote here, you have to observe here the lower limit starting from n is equal to 0, and the highest limit is n is equal to 3. The lower limit is n is equal to 0 and the highest limit is n is equal to 3 and given as an. Then if I open this summation, then what will be the value? Summation means your limit, you have to see from lower limit to higher limit and you have to add. So if I open, first the lower limit is 0, then n for a, here an, that means we have to write like this: a0 plus a1 plus a2 plus a3. So addition of 4 sample. So if I write like this, n is equal to 0 to 3, so you have to observe like this. If I open this, I have 4 sample: a0, a1, a2 and a3, and sum of all the 4 samples will be written mathematically like this: summation of n is equal to 0 to 3 an. Summation of n is equal to 0 to 3 an. For example, if I say a summation of n is equal to 0 to 9, summation of n is equal to 0 to 9, that means this becomes a0 to a9, and we have 10 sample. Student in generally make mistake. The moment they see 9, they just think like there are only 9 sample, but they forgot to include this n is equal to 0 sample. They forgot to include this n is equal to 0 sample. But if I start from 1 to 9, then obviously there is only 9 sample. Since I am starting the limit from n is equal to 0 to 9, so there are 10 samples. So there are 10 samples including this 0. So now I am going to solve few questions on basic of signal. First question will be summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity delta of n minus 2 sin 2n. So this is the question. Then what will be the value? So student, here we can see the summation is varying, the limit is varying minus infinity to infinity, and we have a product of two things. Here one is del of n minus 2 and another one is sin 2n, another one is sin 2n. So the moment you see n minus 2 inside the bracket of del n, so this is the impulse, and we have studied in impulse that it exists only when this bracket value equal to 0. At that only this value exists, otherwise exist means since the amplitude is 1, so we have at that point only, at n minus 2 equal to 0, at that point only the amplitude is 1, and for remaining value the amplitude is 0. Although this is varying from minus infinity to infinity, but this impulse exists at only one point. This impulse exists only at one point. And what is that point? So you have to see this. So you have to define, since del of n minus 2 equal to 1, since del of n minus 2 equal to 1, when, कब होगा del of n minus 2 equal to 1? When n minus 2 equal to 0, that means n equal to 2. So for n equal to 2 only this value is 1, and for remaining n not equal to 2, this value we have seen 0. Del n means only one sample. Always remember, I have written del of n minus 2 means only one sample having amplitude 1. Since here amplitude is 1, having amplitude is 1, and this represent only one sample. This represent only one sample, not like unit step, unit ramp, there are infinite number of samples. Here we have only one sample, and where that sample is that exists only when n minus 2, only when this bracket value equal to 0. This bracket equating this bracket value to 0, and at that point only we will find the height is 1. The height is 1. So obviously this is become minus infinity, no need to worry about it, because for remaining all value this value equal to 0. This exists, this value 0 means the product will be 0, because this is multiplied with sin 2n, the product will be obviously 0. So this value exists only at n equal to 2. So what will be the answer? Answer will be at n is equal to 2, this is 1, and I have to put here n equal to 2, that means sin 2 into 2, which is nothing but the answer will be sin 4. And for the remaining value, this summation will be 0. This summation will be 0. The next question will be, unit impulse means only one sample, and where that sample exists, we have to equate that inside the del n bracket equal to 0. The next question is summation of n is equal to 0 to, suppose 0 to 10, del of n e to the power 2n. The next question is summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity del of n e to the power 2n. The moment we see this is two signal are multiplying, del of n e to the power 2n. First of all, you have to define where this del n is exist. Remember where this del n is exist. So this del n is existing, del n is equal to 1 when this inside bracket equal to 0. So inside bracket is equal to 0, n equal to 0, this value equal to 1, otherwise this value equal to 0. So for remaining all the values of 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10, for remaining all the value, this bracket value equal to 0. For example, if I open like this will be look like this, del of 0 e to the power 2 into 0 plus del of 1 e to the power 2 into 1 plus like that up to plus del of 10 e to the power 2 into 10. But since this only del of 0 is 1, but for del of 1, del of 2, this value equal to this value equal to this value equal to 0. Hence the entire product will be 0. So final answer will be del of 0 e to the power 2 into 0. Remaining will be 0. And something added with 0 always obviously going to give you that. So del of 0 value is, when n equal to 0, del of 0 value is 1. So 1 into e to the power 2 into 0, that means we have 1. Because e to the power 0 value is 1, we have already studied. So like that only. Then another important question is, So I am going to give you some important question here. That will be homework for you. So before homework, I am going to solve one more problem. When n is equal to 0 to infinity, del of n plus 1 e to the power 2n, then what will the value? So again, here two type of signal. One is exponential signal e to the power 2n, and another is del of n plus 1, del of n plus 1. So this del of n plus 1, first we have to define this del equal to 1 only when this bracket value equal to 0, that means n plus 1 is equal to 0, this becomes equal to n is equal to minus 1. So del of n plus 1 equal to 1 only when n is equal to minus 1. For the remaining value, this is equal to 0. When n not equal to minus 1, this value equal to 0. And the limit here, we can see here 0 to infinity. That means limit is not including at all your minus 1 value. Limit is starting from 0 to infinity. That means only positive n value. And for all the positive n value, the del of n plus 1 value is 0. And for all the positive del n value, del of n plus 1 value is 0. Del of n plus 1 is 1 only at n equal to minus 1. Only at n equal to minus 1. So this product will be 0. So now I am going to give you some homework question. Summation of n is equal to 0 to 5. Del of n minus 2 cos 2n plus del of n minus 1 sin 2n. The second question is del of summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity del of n plus 1 e to the power minus 2n. So kindly student solve these two questions. That will be homework for you. So that's it.